الحمد لله رب العالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وبعد. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are studying the Islamic business law, the law that govern the financial transactions, the law that govern the laws of selling and buying and profiting and losing and so on and so forth. And last week we'll start discussing the subject of the prohibition of the sale of the debt, the sale of the loans, outstanding loans, and the sale of the promissory notes. And we mentioned that the sale and the purchase of promissory notes is forbidden in the Islamic law of trade. Promissory note is usury. Usury is lending of money at interest. Promissory note is a signed agreement promising payment of a sum of money on demand or at a specific time. And we discussed it in some details, and we start reading the fatwa, the verdicts of the permanent fatwa board of the senior citizens in Saudi Arabia. And we'll continue with that, reading another fatwa, inshallah, about this subject. And the question is, بيع الشيكات أو الكمبيالات, selling the checks or the promissory notes. How do we sell checks? Is it possible to sell the checks?
Cashing it.
How we sell a check? Cashing it is not selling it. You are wrong.
No, I mean, perhaps we make some money on it off it. I mean, service charge would probably be okay, but
No. How do you sell a check? Remember, simple question, simple answer. Direct question.
Maybe you give it to somebody to cash it, and you make some money. He gives you a little bit of money.
No. Anyone else? Who was talking anyway? Hello?
Farhan, maybe, Sheikh.
Farhan, okay. Another one.
No, this is Minhaj.
Minhaj. Okay, another one. How do you sell a check? Which is a very common practice. I'm waiting.
I don't know, Sheikh. Maybe just offer it for sale to somebody and
okay, the checks, it's like it is exactly like the promissory notes. Many of them, I come to buy a car from a person, okay, and he tells me, okay, do you have cash? I said no. He said, so how you are going to pay me? I said, well, I'll write you checks, these checks to be cashed, $1,000 every month for 2 years. You take the check, and you go to the bank every month and you cash it or deposit it in your account. And this is a very common practice. They use the written check, okay, dated written check, as what? As a collateral. Good, as a bond, as a security, as rahan. So every month they will go and these things, and they go and sell it. Okay. Somebody said, okay, these checks, these are legitimate. Okay. You can go to the bank and make sure that this person has an account here, blah, blah, blah. You want to buy it? Okay, I have 5 checks to be cashed in over the next 5 months. You want to take it off my hand? They are $5,000. Give me $3,000 and they are yours. Or you go to someone, let me buy the outstanding checks that you have. How much is it? I have $5,000 worth of checks, delayed checks. I'll take them off your hand for paying you $3,000. This is the same. Let me tell you this story. In old days, in a Muslim country, there are still some Islamic laws practiced. This old man, I know this story firsthand. Yeah. This old man, his son stopped paying him his monthly allowance or his monthly assistance, whatever you want to call it. So this man went to the police station and he told him, well, my son stopped paying me this money. This is about 30 some years ago. He said, he did? He said, yes. So he asked 2 police officers, he said, go and get his son. Where is your son? He said, he is at home. Okay, have a seat, bring him the tea. And he said, don't worry, our father, Ya Abuna. So they went and they brought his son. He told him, who's this man? He said, this is my father. So I told him something like that, not exactly. Are you sure that he's your father? He said, yes, I am sure that he's my father. Told him, did you stop paying him his monthly salary? Yeah, he said, yes. He told him, do you still have do you work? He said, yes. Did you stop buying groceries and this and that for your family? He said, no. He said, you did not stop buying for your family, your children, your wife, but you stopped paying for your father and your mother? He said, do you have your checkbook on you? He said, yes. Go and get it out. Okay. How many how many checks you have? He said, I do not know, maybe 100, 150. He said, okay, sign them all. Sign them all, starting this month, second month, all the way. Okay, he signed them all, and the amount was 37.5 Jordanian dinars. I told him, okay, now you can go. He handed the first check to the old man. He told him, Yaba, every month you come here to my office, and every month I'll give you one of those checks. You go and cash them every month. Isn't it a beautiful story? Yeah. No need to go to the court anymore. Anyway, so these checks, this is an example. Somebody would say, well, I'll take them off your hand and I'll pay you some amount of money at discount, and we buy them, and this is how they sell the checks as they sell the promissory notes. Good? Good. And a question before we read the question and the answer.
I think we're good.
Okay. They asked the scholars, هل بيع الشيكات أو الكمبيالات حلال ولو كان بالخسارة أي أقل من الثمن المكتوب؟ بيع الشيكات على الكيفية المذكورة لا يجوز لما فيه من ربا النساء وربا الفضل، وبالله التوفيق، وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. اللجنة الدائمة للبحوث العلمية والإفتاء، عضو الشيخ عبد الله ابن غديان، نائب رئيس اللجنة الشيخ عبد الرزاق عفيفي، الرئيس عبد العزيز ابن عبد الله ابن باز رحمهم الله تعالى. ربا النسيئة, selling checks and bills. Okay, outstanding bills or outstanding promissory notes. Is it lawful to sell checks and bills even for a lesser price? Okay, selling checks in that mentioned way is impermissible, as it is considered riba an-nasa, usury of delay. What does it mean, riba an-nasa? That means if you are late in payment, we charge you such and such interest. Usury of delay, conditional excess of delay for delay of payments. And riba al-fadl, usury of excess, of more, selling an item for another for the same type on the spot but in excess. May Allah grant us success. May peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family and his companion. The Permanent Committee for Scholarly Research and Ifta, member Sheikh Abdullah ibn Ghadayyan rahimahullah, Vice Chairman Sheikh Abdul Razzaq Afifi rahmatullahi alayhi, and the Chairman, the President Sheikh Abdul Aziz ibn Abdullah ibn Baz rahimahumullah ta'ala. طيب. Any question? Any question?
No, sure.
طيب. Same thing I did not mention about paying bills. The bills. Okay. How do you pay an invoice or a bill? Same thing.
See, no.
Yeah. Same thing. There are many invoices. They come. Okay. This is when a merchant sells on a credit. Okay. And usually when you sell on a credit, it is to be paid on a later time. And the people are in a hurry. Okay. They want their money as soon as possible. Correct? Yes?
No, sure.
Like, what is the biggest, largest, humongous sale of bills all over the world? Wherever you turn, it is there.
The bills?
Yeah, selling the bills, the invoices. The most common, the biggest ever.
Accounts receivables of companies.
This is one we discussed it. But what, a specific one. Account receivables, we discussed it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have account payables and account receivables. Okay, both of them, we discussed them last time. But which type of those? The most common, the most practiced.
Loans that banks have given out.
Which one specifically? Yes, you are right. Which one they sell it on a regular basis?
Mortgage?
Faster, mortgage, Allah barik feek. Faster than the speed of light. Correct?
Yes.
Do you know any bank that they keep the title forever until it's fully paid?
No.
They do?
No.
What about these so-called Islamic banks? Do they keep it?
No, they want to get rid of it.
Yeah. Is it possible for them to keep it? Not talking about the Islamic banks, I'm talking now about in general. Would it be possible for a bank to keep them?
I think it's possible, but then the whole concept is that sell the thing and then give more loans.
I know, but
Yeah.
is it possible?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay, what is the probability of this possibility?
It's unlikely they'll keep it very low.
Why? Practically, why?
Cash flow.
Cash flow, why?
To give more loans out?
Okay. What will happen if 100 people come for a mortgage? 100 people. One day, we have 100 people. They came to a branch, big, humongous branch. 100 people. They came one day, and they had $100 million worth of house mortgage. So the bank paid $100 million in one day. What will happen?
Run on the bank. Run on the bank.
I could not hear you.
They would run out of money, Sheikh.
They would run out of money. It will be extremely tight for them. So to keep going, that they have to get rid of it as soon as possible. That's why these people, when they go take a loan to buy a house, immediately the mortgage would be sold to someone else. That's why we have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is a different story. Because otherwise, which this leads a question, why banks care so much about having a checking account, external account? Why they have checking accounts and they have saving accounts?
I mean, they have accounts because then they will get central banks backing, Freddie Mae, Fannie Mac, and all the nice stuff.
No, I'm talking now. Banks are for business, correct?
No,
the banks are for a profit, correct?
No.
Yes. No. Maybe.
Yes, sir.
And why these banks, especially the banks, they give free checking account? Why they care so much about having a free checking account? Why do they want a checking account?
Because they have the support then, right? I mean, so there are those who do only debt. They don't have the central bank.
No, forget about that. I'm talking about, let's assume it's just one bank. There is no central banks. They live on the moon. why do they care about having a checking account? And they are willing to give you a free checking account with no requirements.
I guess because you're depositing your money there and they're using it for as cash flow.
Excellent. So they have to have a cash flow. They want money to keep coming. Because with the saving account, usually, what do they do with this money? Most of the saving account money,
They invested.
they invested mainly on what?
Probably bond stock or stocks, probably.
No, on loans.
Oh, okay.
They spend it. They invested in loans, on lending. That's why the banks, in short, they are lending organizations, correct?
No.
Nowadays, main purpose is to lend money, correct? They perform many other functions, but the main purpose is to lend money. So that's why they had this checking account. And the checking account basically is a loan. The customer gives a loan. All the money deposited in any bank are considered what? Loans from the customers. Okay, the customer, when he goes to the bank, he is lending this money to the bank. Good. That's why the saving accounts and or some checking accounts, they pay you what? They pay the customer what?
There are some benefits. I mean,
they pay them the interest. Saving account and some checking account, they pay you, the bank pay you interest. Why they are considered loan, not investment? They are not considered as a trust, because the loan, what is the definition of the loan? The loan is to be returned either on demand or on a specific agreed upon date, correct?
no.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sure.
Yes. So when the customer comes to the bank to deposit money, whether in a saving account or in a checking account, it's a loan. Lending them, the customer is lending the bank the money. Okay, that's why if the bank goes up and loses or this or that, he is still responsible for paying back the deposited money, the principal, plus what? Plus what?
Interest.
The interest. The interest. So they have this checking account or external account, because they need the money. Although the regulations in some countries, they differ, that the checking account, they cannot spend all of this money. Okay, they have to keep a percentage of this money as hard cash available to satisfy the demand of the customers. When you go there, say, okay, I want my money now. Okay, and they said, okay, here is your money. Or sometimes, depends on the bank. You go there, said, well, I need $300,000 to go buy my house, to go buy me a house. Sometimes the bank says, well, we need 24 hours notice. We need 48 hours notice. Okay, we need a week notice. Depends. But in general, and this will be always the contract you signed, which the great majority of the people do not Do not read. It says that checking account, the way or the conditions of the deposit, the conditions of withdrawal, and so on and so forth, of withdrawing, and so on and so forth. So the bank always needs cash. That's why when they give a loan, especially the mortgage, they do not keep it, they would sell it. Okay? And as far as I am aware, all these so-called Islamic banks, they do the same thing, they sell it. That's why always ask them, what is your relationship to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac? Anyway, any question? Any question?
I think we're good.
Okay. Next fatwa that we are going to read: بيع السندات المؤجلة من مؤسسة الصوامع على البنوك بجزء من قيمتها. بجزء من قيمتها. The question reads: نفيد معاليكم أن شركة الجوف للتنمية الزراعية عليها ديون مستحقة لأصحابها، ولديها شهادات زراعية بمستحقاتها لدى الصوامع مؤجلة السداد إلى عامي 1418 1419 هجري، وفي حال عدم تسديد مديونياتها سوف تقع الشركة في خسارة فادحة، ومعروض عليها من البنوك صرف الشهادات الآن بمقابل خصم جزء من قيمتها. نأمل إفادتنا بفتواكم الشرعية حول ذلك، وجزاكم الله خيرا. الجواب: لا يجوز بيع ولا شراء سندات النقود الحالة والمؤجلة بأقل مما فيها أو أكثر مما فيها، لأن ذلك يعتبر من صريح الربا، وقد اجتمع في هذه المعاملة ربا الفضل وربا النسيئة، وكلاهما محرم بالنص. وبالله التوفيق، وصل اللهم وسلم على نبينا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. اللجنة الدائمة للبحوث العلمية والإفتاء، عضو الشيخ بكر أبو زيد رحمه الله، عضو الشيخ صالح الفوزان حفظه الله، عضو الشيخ عبد الله بن غديان رحمه الله، نائب الرئيس عبد العزيز آل الشيخ حفظه الله، الرئيس عبد العزيز ابن عبد الله ابن بن باز رحمه الله. هدى الله الأحياء ورحم الله الأموات. Still ربا النسيئة, selling deferred bills of anybody know what's deferred?
Deferred? This
Yes.
is later. This is going to be
Delayed. Correct?
delayed. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
This is most used when we have the marriage contracts, correct? The dowry, the advanced, and the deferred. The part that is paid in advance, and if there is another part to be paid later, it's called deferred.
Yes.
So selling deferred bills of الصوامع, الصوامع is company to the bank for a part of their value, for a portion of their value. Question: we regret to inform you, Your Honor, that Al-Jawf Company for Agriculture Development is in debt. What's new? Those humongous companies, including Microsoft, and we discussed this earlier, including these big names, they have lots of debt. They have so humongous. They are so humongous, but they have lots of debt. At the same time, it has agriculture bills with its deferred money due on silos, those who buy the grain from them in the year 1418 Hijrah and 1419 Hijrah. The company would be subject to great loss in the event it does not pay the due debts. Many banks have offered to sell not to sell. That's a bad translation. Many banks have offered to buy those certificates in return for discounting a part of its value. We hope that you will benefit us with your legal fatwa in this regard, the Islamic fatwa in this regard. May Allah reward you the best. The answer: it is not permissible to sell or buy the cash and deferred money bonds with less or more than it is real value. Why they call it bonds here? Okay, they call it sanadat bond.
Why they call it bond, Sheikh? Because they I think they gather the loans and they.
It is not permissible to sell or buy the cash and deferred money bonds, okay, which is money documents, loan documents, with less or more than it is real value, okay, because this is accrued riba. What is this? Because this is a clear riba, Brent. It is a clear riba. Okay, there is a typo here. This is a clear riba, usury interest. This usury interest is in the text. This transactions combines two unlawful dealings, namely riba al-fadl, usury of excess, selling an item for another of the same type on the spot but in excess, and that of riba al-nasi'a, usury of delay, conditional access for delay of payment, and both are haram, prohibited by the Quran and the Sunnah, by the text of the Quran and the Sunnah. May Allah grant us success. May peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam. The Permanent Committee for Scholarly Research and Ifta, member Sheikh Bakr Abu Zaid rahimahullah, member Salih al-Fawzan hafidhahullah wa hadah, member Abdullah ibn Ghadayan rahimahullah, Vice Chairman Abdul Aziz al-Sheikh hafidhahullah wa hadahullah, and the Chairman Abdul Aziz ibn Abdullah ibn Bas. Any question about this? Any question?
No, I think we're good, Sheikh.
You are good. Okay. Now, let's see if I have. Okay. Why these banks want to do that? Why do they buy these outstanding debts? Does it make sense for these banks to buy it?
I think, Sheikh, they're supporting each other, right? I mean, so it's just to avoid the run on the bank and stuff like that.
Okay. You have a company, okay, and you sell on a credit. And this is common, as we told you. Either the banks come or the insurance companies come, depends which country you live in. But many of the insurance companies, they come and buy it from you. Okay, they come and say, well, and these are humongous companies, big business companies. They say, okay, you have invoices, correct? You sold such and such item to such and such customer. These invoices are outstanding. They are to be paid on a later time. Okay. We will buy it from you, and then will give you some of the actual value. An invoice for $10 million, will take it from you for $5 million. Why they want to do that? It's a private company.
No, so they are just that's their business model, right? They go back and recover those loans from others.
Yes, but why these banks they do that? Why they knock at your door to buy it from you?
Not sure, Sheikh.
Anybody?
Is it for like consolidation of the loans, get more the customer in?
Yeah, but more than consolidation of the loans. Okay, tell them what's consideration of the loans. Explain it to them. I'm talking now banks. Why they want to buy these invoices?
So that they can become your primary lender.
Yeah.
They want to enter and try to sell you some more stuff.
How they are going to sell you more stuff? How? Explain it. You
For
all
example,
know. You know all this answer. It's simple. Don't think of something weird or unknown.
yeah. So I guess the person's trying, let's say, trying to buy a car and said, okay, yeah, we can give you the car
No,
for
let's
this.
stick. I have a business.
Yes.
A humongous business. I have millions of dollars on held outstanding debt. The bank approaches me and say, well, we'll take it off your hand. You have $10 million, we'll take it off your hand, we'll pay you now $5 million, $6 million. Why they want to do that?
Because they believe they can recover some of it. They can recoup from the 5 million, maybe they can get 7 million.
Just that? You think the bank is crazy to lose $3 million or $4 million?
Oh no, okay. I think okay. I thought you said the reverse. So yeah, if the bank is the bank wants to get, they try to collect the money. They're not getting the thing, so they're selling it so that they can just.
The bank. We're talking now about the bank, not collection companies. A bank is coming to these businesses, these major businesses. Okay, let me make it easy. What is refinancing?
You recalculate the interest.
Okay, tell me what is refinancing before we talk about interest. Somebody check their computer quickly before we are late. Check, give us the definition of refinancing. Quickly.
Refinance occurs, refinance or refi for short refers to the process of revising and replacing the terms of an existing credit agreement, usually as it relates to a loan or mortgage.
Okay. Put it in your simple English language.
It's to reissue a loan with new terms.
Allah yabarak fiik. Reissuing a loan with what? With the new terms. Good. So when these banks buy these things, they are basically telling you now we are going to refinance this company, the previous company. For example, they used to charge you 3%. Good. And usually when people they refinance to pay more interest or less interest?
Less
interest. Okay. Good. To pay less interest. So these companies, these banks, when they buy these humongous loans at discount, what do they do? What do they do with the customer?
Could you ask one more time, Chief?
When these banks they buy these debts from these companies, okay, I or a person owes certain company $5 million. Okay, the late payment on those, the original debt is 5%. Good. Good.
Yes, yes.
So now the bank will come to the business, said, well, you have such and such sale, okay, bill of sale, correct? Said, we are going to buy it from you now. It is $5 million. We are going to pay you $3 million. You get it now. You don't have to wait. Okay. If they agree, the banks will take it. Now, who owns it now? The bank, correct? The bank will what? Consider this what? A loan to who? To the customer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now they are what? They are refinancing his loan. They paid the other owner the money. Okay. So how does it work? Refinancing a house. When you say I'm going to refinance, or the term that you used, reconsolidate. How does it work?
I'm not sure, but maybe they're trying to tack on, like when you refinance, you have to pay some money to do that process well.
No, it's very simple. It is very simple. They say, okay, because all these loans are time loans, correct?
Yes.
What does it mean, time loans? The minute you pay them, the interest will stop. The interest will what? Will stop. That's why if you pay earlier, the interest will go up or down. It will be discounted or not discounted.
It'll be discounted.
It will be discounted. If you are late, it will be increased, correct?
Yes.
If you buy early, it will be discounted. So the earlier they pay it, the more it will be discounted. And if you pay it in full, the whole interest will stop. So a person goes to the bank and said, okay, I want to refinance my house. So, okay. what is the rate of the interest you are paying, blah, 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 or somebody wants to refinance his credit card or charge card, whatever it is. They go to the bank, another bank said, okay, you are paying what? 3%. Okay. Or you are buying 5%, whatever. We're going to buy you 2.8%. We're going to take the whole money now that we're going to pay it to your other bank. They will go and pay it immediately to the other bank. Then now you are our customer. Now you owe us the loan. Now you pay us 2.5%, 2.8% instead of the 3%. Got it?
Yes.
Yes. So these banks, basically, they buy all these outstanding balances, which in reality they are refinancing. Okay, refinancing with certain conditions to make it sweet for them, sweet for the banks, and or some insurance companies, depends where you live. Now, is my gibberish understandable?
So just to clarify, you're saying that they put some terms in there to help the banks themselves, like higher late penalties or what have you. Okay.
Yeah, of course. They are business. They want to make money. They are not a charity. They are for profit, not non-profit organization. Good so far?
Yes.
So now everybody knows how refinancing works.
Yes.
Okay. طيب, when you say that, so same thing when some people transfer their outstanding credit card account to another company. Okay, you have a MasterCard, for example, which is Islamically haram, riba based, and it is issued by different companies, correct? Every bank has a MasterCard, every business has a MasterCard, this and that, correct? And they do not necessarily charge the same rate of interest, correct? Some they charge 20%, some 21%, some less, some more, correct? So yes, some people said, okay, I want to transfer my outstanding balance from this company, still MasterCard, to another company, which is still have a MasterCard. So when they transfer it, what they are doing basically?
Refinancing.
They are refinancing. That means the other company will pay the outstanding balance immediately, so the full amount, so the interest will stop. Now the other company will say, okay, now we'll give you our MasterCard, and now with the same conditions, if you are late, you are going to be such and such rate of interest. Good?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other question for me? Any other question for me? Any other correction? That means to correct me, or any other concern before we conclude, inshallah?
Very good.
طيب. Jazakumullah khair for coming. Jazakumullah khair for listening. And please keep praying for us, for me and my family, especially for my daughter Huda, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make her the best Muslimah, inshallah, and make all of your children too, and to give her a whole healing and cure inshallah Rabbil Alamin. By the way, she is doing very well by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but she is still on medicine. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. جزاكم الله خير. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.